Well, he's one of our most successful athletes ever. 7-time Olympic medalist Grant Hackett is no stranger to the pool, but now he's helping to inspire others to take the plunge.
The former World Swimmer of the Year is inspiring others to take the dip, this time in an ice bath, and for a very good cause, to raise much-needed money for the Children's Cancer Institute. And Grant Hackett joins us live now from our Melbourne studio. Hello, mate. Nice to see you.
Hi, Grant.
Great to see you, Larry and Kylie.
This is a great cause. Tell us all about the CEO Dare to Cure.
Yeah, it's an initiative by the Children's Cancer Institute. A few years ago, they put together an event where they, got a bunch of CEOs up in Sydney together, and it's just grown ever since. So the CEO Dare to Cure effectively is a bunch of challenges. You can see on the screen right now the ice bath. You can lie in a bed of snakes. You can walk through fire and glass, or walk on fire and glass, as you can see on the screen. You can shave your head. You can do all sorts of dares, and it's all in the spirit of raising money to be able to solve childhood cancer, which they've done a phenomenal job with. If you go back to the 60s, the survival rate was less than 30% for children that got cancer. When you fast forward to today, because of all the research, places like the Children's Cancer Institute, that's actually now over 80%, that survival rate. So, it's always nice to see when you're participating in charity and raising money to see the direct impact that it's having in such an important area of our community.
Grant, can I just say, shaving your head, dancing with snakes, it's just like a day on the morning show, really, isn't it?
Pretty much.
It's just like a day here. You are no stranger to an ice bath. Tell us what these CEOs are in for. How long should they be able to last in the water?
Oh, at least a minute or two. I've done a lot of ice baths throughout my career. It was part of my recovery process after a lot of hard training sessions. But it was really funny. I was walking along the water with my son. We live near the water down in Melbourne. And he said, "Dad, what are you afraid of?" Because I did a lot of surf swimming when I was growing up. My brother did that Uncle Toby Super Series, and I was right into that. And he goes, "Are you afraid of sharks? Are you afraid when you can't see the bottom?" And I actually said, "You know what I'm most afraid of when I'm out in the ocean? Is cold water. I actually hate cold water. It's one of my biggest worries when jumping in the water anywhere." So jumping in that ice bath at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning is not a lot of fun, but it's for a great cause, and we're raising plenty of money for it. So, we're just trying to rally as many CEOs and their staff around to be able to join us and, get in for a great cause.
Because competition pools, they're actually heated to there's an optimum temperature, isn't there, to perform that gets the fast times? What was an Olympic pool, for example?
That's right. It's actually a really good question because a lot of people ask, what's a fast pool or a slow pool? And there was a lot about that in Paris. But actually the pool temperature needs to be, I think, between 26.1 and 26.9 degrees. So a little bit chilly when you jump in. But when you actually are swimming, and particularly when you're doing a 1500, that temperature can actually get really hot after a few hundred metres.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We need to warm the studio up because sometimes this show goes really slowly. Mate, let's catch up on you for a sec. You were a boss in the pool, as we all know. Now you're one in real world too, as a CEO of a retirement investment group. Talk us through your day-to-day as a businessman now.
Yeah, this was a business I joined about 7 years ago and became CEO in 2018. And we're a large group now. We're almost a top 300 company on the ASX and have had a lot of growth over the last few years. I think when we started, we had about 24 or 25 staff. Now we've got about 300. So yeah, from a day-to-day point of view, it's just very busy. A lot of travel. Obviously, what I call in training is preparation. What I call in business is an operating rhythm. So just making sure you've got clarity in what you're doing, being very performance orientated, and having a very supportive and fun culture as well. We often spend 40 or 50 hours at work per week, so you want to make sure that you've got a great environment that you're involved in, and we certainly have that at Generation Development Group and Generation Life. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun working in the business world compared to the sporting world, because at least I can use my brain a little bit more now, not flogging myself 70 or 80 kilometres in the week going up and down a black line.
Hey, Grant, can I just have a guess at one thing you might be in your spiel? Would you say, as an Olympian, I use a slow and steady 1,500 metres is what it was all about, and for retirement investment, it's similar to that?
That's exactly right. Yeah, 25, 30 years, get it right. You've saved all your super, decum it properly, enhance your retirement, live your best life.
And is everyone in the boardroom going, why is it 26.3 in here?
Yeah, exactly. It's optimum temperature, guys. Trust me.
I love that. Let's talk about the kids. Your little one, Olympia, won.
Yeah, I remember talking to you guys just after she was born, and yeah, already 14 months now. Going great. It's funny, she's not quite walking yet, but standing up and everything, as you can imagine at this stage. But it's interesting. I've been fortunate to be a dad of 4 kids. Olympia, obviously, the youngest of the 4. Best crawler I've ever seen. Can crawl front ways, back ways, sideways, dynamic, amazing. So chasing her around the house is a lot of effort. She's actually the fastest and the most dynamic, so I think we'll have to watch out for her. And she's the most cheeky one as well.
You know, that means she's going to be a freestyler, because that's like the Australian crawl is another word for freestyle.
Yeah, that's very good.
You're onto it this morning, Kylie. Your marketing brain is just
really
going
invested
bananas.
in this one. Yeah. How are the kids with sport? Like when as a superhero, right? For you, the sports star, do you look at the kids and go, yeah, we'll go this way or that way? Are they interested in sports?
It's one of those things, I think, because I had the opportunity to compete in professional sport for so long, I'm kind of like, whatever you want to do, because when you know actually what it takes to get into that, I guess, 0.01% in a chosen sport, it's just so difficult. So I'm all about doing it and enjoying it and making sure that you love it. It's funny, my 15-year-old Jagger, he loves his soccer, he loves his runner. He's actually a really fast runner. I think he won his 400 at Sports Day by about 30 metres, so he's super quick. But Eddie's the one, the 4-year-old you can see on the bottom of the screen now, the competitive one. Hates to lose. Geez, it kills me. I hate to lose, but I actually let him win sometimes, so I just stop hearing about it. So yeah, all got different strengths and weaknesses, but yeah, whatever they want to do, I'll certainly support.
Good catch up, mate. Great to see you.
You too. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Now, if you want to support the Children's Cancer Institute, they do some really good work. Or if you're a CEO and you would like to participate in the Ice Bath Challenge that Grant was talking about, we're going to put all the links over on themorningshow.com.au.
Great stuff.